Are masks effective for COVID? Well, we know one thing, that the COVID virus is smaller than the pores in most cloth masks. As well as you can't stop the air from coming out if you got it and going out the side and farther in faster jets if you got a mask on, right? Because if you don't, it'll probably stay closer to you. And as for catching it, you're going to have to breathe in some air. To get some air in there, you need to go through the pores in the mask, and the virus is going to get in. So it doesn't seem like cloth masks would be of much use for such a tiny virus. Well, back in 1918 flu pandemic, everybody wore masks. They were useless. California State Board of Health, 1920. Masks have not been proved efficient enough to warrant compulsory application. So they weren't working then. Regenerate has an article, Who admits, no direct evidence, masks prevent viral infection. So they did it, but it doesn't make the news, so the suckers don't hear it, but it's out there. They've admitted it now. Sweden's top epidemiologist, we see no point in wearing masks. Netherlands refuses to mandate face masks. Sweden says they are pointless. New York Times attempts to promote face mask benefit and it backfires. Shows widespread China coronavirus cases wherever masks are worn. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Where they're worn, they have more. CDC now says face masks with vents or valves don't prevent spread. Well, what do you think face mask, just these cloth things with open sides are going to do? My God. These people are nuts. Broward County officials now require citizens wear masks within their own homes if someone comes to visit, was their story. And of course, now, here's the big one. This is Kansas, all right? And in Kansas, the guy produced this graph right here, okay? The red one is the deaths with masks on. And the black one are deaths that pretty well remain the same if you don't have masks. So putting on the masks and gotten more masks on people really looks like it brought the death rate underneath that of no masks, doesn't it? Well, now notice the numbers on the sides. Over here, you got 15 to 25. And over there, you got 4 to 14. Whoa! What are these two axes with different numbers doing there? Well, here is the original graph. The masks, their death rate goes from 25 down to 15, and the people with no masks are 10%, okay, or at 10. So the guy actually took this part and he moved it down so that those 10 are overlapping there to come up with his fraud. This clown pulled this off in Kansas. He doctored a COVID case chart to justify mask madness. Now, if he'd done this to unjustify it, it would be just as bad. But I'm just pointing out the fraud always goes towards the panic. Notice? So there it is, the Kansas state fraud, where the clown moved the higher graph down so it looked lower than the other one and just had different axes on both sides. What a stupid fraud. Unbelievable. Someone would try something like that. But they did. Narcissists and psychopaths are more likely to refuse to wear masks. And now they're pulling out their shrinks. The presumption is you don't want to help save mankind. When actually you just don't want to waste your time. And finally, here we go. Researchers find corona stays in the ear. What next? Mandatory earmuffs? Fauci's already talking about Googles for the eyes, right? Pretty soon you're going to need mask for the mouth, Google for the mask and nose, Google for the eyes, and earmuffs for the ears. Whoa! So that is the effectiveness of masks, which seems to me pretty silly when you consider the size of the virus and the size of the pores in the mask and the holes on the side of the mask. It's just too stupid. But It's a way to get people to be proud of complying.